Jill from Kids Baking Club, and I have another great recipe to share with you today. Hey, we're all at home. Let's have fun learning in the kitchen. So, did you download our ebook? It's called Kids Can Bake. Just go to kidsbakingclub.com or click the link below. So we're gonna make Nutella Thumbprint cookies today. It's a vanilla-based cookie with Nutella inside. But hey, if you don't like Nutella, you can add peanut butter. You can even add jam or jelly or anything that you want. But we're gonna use a hazelnut spread, also known as Nutella. So you guys ready to get started? Let's do it. All right, so first we're going to cream the butter, and our butter is 1 cup. Now you might say, what is 1 cup? Well, it's actually 2 sticks of butter. So it does call for this recipe. It calls for the 2 sticks softened. So what I did is you can either leave it out for a while till the butter softens, or you can zap it in the microwave for about 10 seconds and it softens up. And it asks us to cream it. So creaming is where you mix it so fast that it starts to take on more of a white color. Now, if you have an electric mixer, you can use that, but you do need to ask parents for help. I don't really want kids using an electric mixer by themselves. So once that's all mixed, you're going to start adding the sugar. So you can already see that it's starting to turn paler yellow. That's just putting more air into the butter and creaming it. So now we're going to use 2 different types of sugar. We're going to use a regular granulated sugar, and we're going to use brown sugar. You might ask, what is brown sugar? Well, brown sugar is really sugar with molasses, and it makes the cookies a little bit gooier, which we like, and gives it some nice flavor. Now, we have our different measuring cups, are different sizes. I have my 1 cup, half a cup, 1/3, 1/4, and this recipe calls for 1/3 cup sugar. So I'm going to take the 1/3 cup, I'm going to get my sugar, make sure that it's level. I'm going to sprinkle it in. And it also calls for 1/3 cup brown sugar. Now, brown sugar has to be packed down. So you want to pack it almost like you're building a sandcastle. And when it dumps in, it should almost look like you made it with sand. And now we're going to mix that really, really well. And this recipe calls for 1 egg, but they don't want the egg white. They just want the egg yolk. So we're going to separate the egg, and I'll show you how to do that. So you take your egg, you're going to crack it, and you put your 2 thumbs in the middle and separate the shell. And then you let the egg white dump out, and you just kind of toss until you just have the egg yolk, and that goes inside the recipe. Set this aside, and I'm going to go wash my hands. All right, so I washed my hands, and now we're gonna mix in the egg yolk. And the next ingredient to go in is our vanilla. It's best to use pure vanilla extract because it does have more flavor. If you can't find pure extract, then using the imitation is fine. I'm going to just do 1 teaspoon and dump it in. Always put your cap back on. I'm notoriously knocking things over. And vanilla is not cheap in the grocery store. You don't want to spill it. And then it asks for just a half a teaspoon of salt. If you don't want to add salt, that is fine. Some people are sensitive to a lot of salt, so this is just a half a teaspoon. I'm just going to sprinkle it over so that it's all throughout the batter, and go ahead and stir it. And now we're ready to add our flour. So I need 2 1/4 cups. So I've got my 1/4 cup, and I need 2 of these cups. So I'm going to go ahead and get my flour, and remember, I need to make sure I use the back end of a knife to make sure it's nice and even. That's 1 cup. Here's 2 cups. If you're gluten-free, go ahead and use gluten-free flour and just follow the recipe just the same. And my 1/4 cup. If you want it to be wheat flour, you do have to do half wheat and half all-purpose. So you're gonna have to do 1 cup of whole wheat flour and 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Just gives it a little bit more denser. So you're gonna mix that all together, and then we're gonna roll it into balls. Okay, our dough is mixed, and now we're going to roll it into some balls. And we're going to stick these in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. Get them nice and firm. So you can decide how big you want your cookies. Remember that when they come out of the oven, you're gonna put your thumb in there real quickly. So you have to think of how much Nutella you wanna put in there. Okay, we're gonna fill these up and stick them in the fridge for 30 minutes. All right, so my cookies came out of the refrigerator. I put them on our pan with parchment paper, and I just took my thumb and pressed down. It's okay if they spread out a little bit. We're gonna stick these in the oven for 12 minutes, and then when they come out of the oven, we're going to put our thumb back in them again. Then we're going to put in the Nutella after they're already baked. All right, our cookies are done. I put a little thumbprint back in it just to get it a little bit deeper so it holds. And remember, you can fill these with jam, jelly, honey, chocolate. We're gonna use a Nutella, which is the hazelnut spread. And I put it in our tipless bags, which you get in our Kids Baking Club kits every month. So I'm just gonna put a little dab here and up. And you always squeeze from the top where the rubber band is. And there you have yummy Nutella thumbprint cookies.